Has anyone ever written to you and said, RB, I love your site, but no one's contacting me. I'm putting in for these projects and I'm not getting anything back. And you took a look at their profile and said, well, here's some suggestions and this is probably why. And it changed it around.
All the time. And one of the cool things about the site and my staff is that everybody's involved inside the site, even down to our technical people, the people that actually design the site. We're all very, very active in the community. And we try to act as sort of traffic cops in a lot of ways too. If you're in the wrong spot or if you're not quite getting it here, we try to make it's an extremely comprehensive site. There's a ton of resources and features. So we try to make, our FAQ area, our help area, extremely comprehensive. But on top of that, we also get into the site and we respond to everybody. We also check, if we just see a post in a wrong spot, we'll say, hey, you may want to post in this section, you're going to get a better response. But to answer directly, it happens all the time. We'll get people that will say, I'm not getting anything out of this site, nobody is getting back to me on job requests and things like that. And then you go and you look and you'll always see the same issues. The lack of a bio, the lack of a complete, I'm an actor, but there's no reels. I'm a composer, there's no samples, things of that nature. Or I'm an actor and there's no headshots. I mean, come on. And then the second thing that you'll see is that they're not active. They're not participating. And it's a big deal. David, we talked earlier about David Roundtree, and one of the things that David said to me was that if I go to look at somebody's profile and I see that they're not active in the community, they're automatically eliminated for me because I feel like they're just coming in here to be a one-way street. They just see me, they see I'm casting this thing and that's it, but they're not contributing anything to anybody else. So again, his mentality is, and I agree with this, if they're gonna be this way offset, maybe they're gonna be this way onset, and I don't have the time to waste. And it's hard enough running a set as it is. You don't want, people causing problems and people that are all about themselves. So it always comes down to the same mistakes. It always comes down to, it's social media. You need to be in there, you need to be active, you need to be social, you need to be networking. I'll hear from people that say, I'm getting nothing out of this site, and I go and look at their profile and they have no network connections. They haven't connected with anybody. Well, of course you're not getting anything out of the site. It's akin to sitting in the dark in your house and waiting for somebody to ring the bell and go, hey, you want to roll? Or hey, you want to come work on this movie? I mean, it's not going to happen. It never does. And it's certainly not going to happen on social media.
So let's say someone has a nice completed bio, they've put up a reel, they're an actor, they have a headshot, they have a great, their bio says more than just plain actor. How can they be active on Stage 32? Are they like recommending? Forgive me.
No, it's okay. Well, mainly the Stage 32 Lounge. The Stage 32 Lounge, this is one way. There's a lot of different ways. Sharing of content, it's no different than any other social media site. Sharing of content, contributing to threads, helping people out if they're asking questions. But the Stage 32 Lounge, the way it's broken up, we pretty much complement every discipline and every stage of a film production. For example, like pre-production, filming, during the process and post-production and things of that nature. So no matter what your discipline is, there's a place for you, okay? And because we live in a world now, a DIY world, and where we have more multi-hyphenates than ever, which I think is a good thing, where we're wearing multiple hats. I started as an actor, now I'm actor, screenwriter, producer, director. I have multiple places to go talk to people and ask questions, or if I come across a piece of content, to post it on in the appropriate section. There's a currency on social media, and that currency is activity. That currency is giving. It's putting your best foot forward, and again, like I said earlier, cultivating relationships. The more you do that, the more currency you get, the more people look at you as somebody, either A, an authority, or B, somebody that can be trusted, or C, somebody that they want to work with, But if you're not doing those things, you don't have that currency. And if you don't have that currency, why would anyone want to talk to you? Why would anyone want to hire you? You know what I mean? So if you're going to be on social media, you really have to work it. You got to treat it like a 24/7 networking opportunity.
Right. When you wake up in the morning, are you checking your phone? There's that part of you? Because sometimes I do that. And I'm like, what am I doing? But then you see that it's 24/7. You're always connected like that.
Yeah. Well, from the obvious standpoint, as the CEO of the company, there's the business part of it. But from my creative end, and I have to balance these two. But a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people have a work life, and they're creating, they're getting up in the morning and writing, or they're filming at night or on weekends or whatever. We all have to do, we all have this balance, unless we're doing it full time. There is this responsibility I feel like I have to myself. If I'm in screenwriting mode, let's say, there's a responsibility to myself to find hours in the day to write. But there's also a responsibility to myself to be out there networking, to meet people. And I can do that online. So, even if I'm online grabbing my morning cup of coffee, I could be checking, the lounge, or I could be checking my wall, or checking my private messages, or seeing the new members that joined the site and saying, hey, I want to connect with them. And I take advantage of all my time. We're always on the go and everything like that. But I'm not wasting it on Facebook. You know what I mean? I'm not. I know friends and family, they could text me, they can call me. Somebody wants to send me a picture of their kid, they can send me a picture of their kid, or what they have for lunch, they can send me. I don't need to be on there, doing that. I want to go where I maximize my time. And that's why, I built Stage 32 in the first place. So I just think it's so vital. I think it's such an important tool. And, social media in general is such an important tool. Like I said, you have access to people you never had before. Why wouldn't you be taking advantage of that? And I think that, the mistake that a lot of creatives make is that they want to spend so much time creating, but if you're not out there and nobody knows what you're capable of, or nobody can see your work, or you don't have the right contacts to see your work, then what's the point?